is not necessary to carry burden on back like fisherwoman. Many people walk and struggle. It's not necessary. This is excessive problem. Many people. They imagine this is even duty to continue to worry other people, other situation. They worry calamity. They worry financial disaster. This is burden for self. You do not serve other to worry, to carry burden. When you become like sun, you serve other. When you radiate love, you serve other. And you'll assist other to release burden. Power sun, disperse every single worry. So when you talk master, you release burden and become like sun. You have a question? Yes, my dear.
It's not really a question so much as I find something really difficult to accept and cope with. You've just been speaking about acceptance and letting go, and I'm struggling with the fact that I started on menopause and will never have children, and I find more, I don't know, when I'm finding it difficult sometimes to be around people with children, and it's painful, and it's that thing that in some ways failed as a woman, or maybe where did I go wrong, and yet, I've had an amazing career and met some lovely people, but it just hasn't happened, and I'm really struggling with that, and as well as the physical side of it,
Yes,
but the mental side of it.
When tree does not bear fruit, tree also become weary and imagine what use. This is in mind. What use? No fruit. But when you look tree, not every tree bear fruit, but every tree beautiful. Every tree serve purpose. Same people. When you understand tree and you understand self and accept self. Understand?
Yeah, it's a real journey. So you suggesting it's to do with acceptance and self-love.
Yes, my dear. You must understand nature of tree. Not every tree bear fruit. And is same with humanity. Is not is is not predestined to bear fruit. But this does not negate existence. You have many quality, you have much love, you have much wisdom. And wisdom become fruit for other. Understand?
Yes.
Your wisdom become fruit for other. And then when other consume wisdom, they nurture and they become magnificent. Do not underestimate and value self. Remember, wisdom is fruit for self and for humanity.
So, on that note, should I be following the path that I feel I kind of don't, in the past I haven't accepted that that's my journey. I feel at the moment I need to heal myself before I can continue to go on and give to others.
Because,
Make that my purpose.
yes, my dear,
Or my
because
destiny.
there is, because you do not give credit for self and you misunderstand purpose, you imagine self to be failure. You imagine self with no use. Body is failure. No, my dear. Gift is wisdom. And when you accept and understand the explanation, there is no obstruction to express wisdom, to share fruit other. Fruit is gift from tree. So for self, wisdom is gift. When you realize purpose and you begin to dispense gift, then you will have realization in instant, and then every single moment suddenly has relevance. Every single moment is seeped in meaning for self. At moment there is no meaning. In instant you realize self. And you understand purpose.
Part of me is thinking of travelling and spending a month to sort of grow spiritually.
wisdom is fruit, and your grief diminish. It's like curtain open, and you have ability to express self in entirely new dimension. Do not worry location at the moment. When you experience entirely new dimension, then clarity arise instantaneous. You have much work to do, my dear, because for many years you store wisdom. Much wisdom to dispense. Every single organism has purpose. Ant has purpose. Flea has purpose. Never imagine no purpose. More question?
The way you speak, because I share with Amanda, I haven't had children, and I always find it very bad luck that if you don't have children, of course you don't have grandchildren. And so not to have family life. And when the way you spoke about purpose and the contribution that one can make, you kind of leave out the sorrow of missing the rewards that people receive from their children or their grandchildren and that family life.
Yes, my dear, but humanity is family. And reward and joy and love is in every single corner. If you search for item in inappropriate location, then there is always frustration, there is always disappointment. And you forget true value self. There is so much to offer, and when you give to other, then you receive love in return, and entire humanity is family. Entire humanity must have family also. Love comes from many directions. And quality love is beyond compare. Love does not diminish because it is received from greater family.
Master,
Yes, my dear.
On the same line of not having children, you know what my problem is? The grief that my body is experiencing at the moment, how can we actually put that to rest? Because you know, all the 2 years of hell I'm going through, it's been clearly stated to me that it's the womb crying and in grief because the body has not done what it was created for.
My dear, body respond to mind.
That.
Always. Always. You must laugh, body. You must talk, body. Explain situation, body. Explain tree. Body understand already. Mind need to understand. When mind become overload, it's like when you pour into a vessel and vessel and then into body.
Okay, so it needs to develop on the mind level again.
Yes, my dear.
But Master, the body was created, I mean, a woman menstruates, and in my case 4 decades, but this is how the body was created, to prepare every month for receiving new life to grow in there. So it's a natural course. So how can you say that, you know, we can
Yes, my
control
dear,
the mind?
but you exist on many different levels. And you have ability to remove self from physical discomfort and to understand that self is not confined to physical body, is acceptance, when you contemplate self is not only physical body, pain diminish. When you understand you have ability to accomplish incredible change for self and for other, beyond capability to nurture own child, even beyond this. In society, there is stigma against female form with no child. And it is this stigma which body absorb is not reality, is not love. This is many, many thousand years of other disapproval. Remove disapproval from self, from body. Stop to disapprove self. This is not what must require. Is not what self require. Is many thousand years, many thousand people disapproval. This is what you carry. This is what you absorb in self. Refuse to absorb stigma. Refuse. This is not how I was created. Understand? This is not how I was created. To carry stigma and disapproval. When you realize what you carry, what burden you carry, then you refuse to continue to carry burden. This is not love. To condemn others, to create every woman without no child, to carry burden. This is not love, and was not doing of self, but of million other over 1,000 years. And when you release from self, you release from many thousand other. Do not imagine when you release from self, it's only for self, it's for thousands. Each one has strength to remove stigma for humanity. Refuse to carry stigma. And say to mind, I understand I carry this burden for humanity, and I refuse to carry burden, release burden. You give instruction and you determine to release humanity also. Now you are pioneer for freedom.
Thank you, Master. Master, can you please carry it one step further?
Yes, my dear.
It is a concern for me because, that's what I'm working with human rights, especially women rights. And again, thank you so much for this release. But the bottom line is that in the whole world, the most oppressed people are women. No matter what happens everywhere else, and whatever happens, women are the first to suffer. We've been oppressed in every possible way for millennia now. And that childbearing is one part of it, but there's actually huge abuse from men to women. When will we be able to do something positive about this, to address the balance again?
One step, my dear. One step.
Okay.
We, at the moment, serve humanity and release stigma. You become pioneer. And one step, we release every single individual from pain. Every single individual will live with love. That moment is like ripple in pond. And as pioneer, you facilitate ripple. And we continue reform of humanity one step. When horse is running, you do not try to jump on horse. So when Ripple move, we allow Ripple to move, okay? And at appropriate moment, when horse is ready for rider to mount, then we continue. Significant. Gathering. Beyond imagination. No longer can individual concern be of paramount importance. When we resolve problem, we resolve problem for humanity.
Why, when some things are so obvious, are they not being understood? Either around the world where there's violence, people against people, or even close to home where people know that the environment is in danger, but they don't take small steps.
It's like people live in little rabbit warren. They're hidden. They do not come out and look at the world. They stay in own little warren with eyes closed. And this is problem. They're hiding. People hiding. Not, there's fear, like rabbits hide in fear. There is fear, many people, and they feel safe to hide. Let's keep head down, keep head down. And many people do not have courage. They observe, but they do not act. They do not have courage. Some people have understanding situation and it become overwhelmed and they cannot function because they see so much problem and become overwhelmed with distress and they feel they do not have capacity to effect change and they cannot function with overwhelmed distress, so then they stop to look. So there are many reasons for people to continue to absolve self of responsibility for neighbor, for community, for continuance of humanity in way to support every individual. And also you have people who have no compassion and no desire to help other, only to help self. So you have many problems. And when you have individuals that have wisdom and they have vision and knowledge and they effect enormous change because they also have courage. In humanity at the moment, wisdom and love not enough. They also need courage to display wisdom and love. So others feel they can come out of little rabbit warren and stop to hide. More people discover love is greatest power. More people have courage to act with love. And each one has responsibility to further work with Master. Master cannot act in isolation. Master cannot act in isolation. So attain complete realization self, and you are pioneer for humanity. And one step, every single problem resolved. It only requires more people to reach for star. You have the expression, reach for star. And one person, only one individual, when they have inspiration, when they suddenly realize, then always is ripple, and many thousand also realize. So when one individual make effort, many thousand benefit. This is why one individual responsibility is of vital importance. Vital importance. And when Master said here, Master does not work in isolation. Also, self, individual. Do not imagine you work in isolation. Never work in isolation. You never work